too. Knows about the grind. Bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again.
Very good afternoon to you. Welcome to EST Afternoons, live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta. We're live in the William Huff Studios on the west end of town. Iwanyk in for Hernan Salas. I will be in for the next 2 days for Hernan, so he'll be back on Wednesday alongside Joaquin, Gage. And joining us today, we've got 3 replacements on the show today. Benny is in for Zach on the show, producing, as some would say, spinning the ones and twos.
How about
that's that? Not what we're doing as producers around here. But Benny with us here today. Lots on the show. Busier first hour in terms of being on track. We've got Jonathan Davis from SiriusXM at 120 to talk NHL in general. We're getting close to the end of the regular season. Playoff races are heating up. Andrew Gross from Newsday is going to join us at 140. As with him, we're going to dive a lot more deeper and in depth in the Patrick Waugh firing from yesterday and Pete DeBoer being hired by the Islanders. He did speak with the media today. So we'll have about 7, 8, 9 minutes with Andrew later this hour. In the second hour, completely open. Benny, Gager, and I, you as well, will all we're just here to just chat, to hang out, have a good afternoon, have a good final hour, which will end with the Screw It, Let's Do It parlay.
Boy, were you wrong.
Me?
Yeah.
So you were wrong too.
I know, but it was you were more emphatic about you laid out. You showed your work, and I was like, God, dude, look at Matty. He's doing the work, putting in the time, and
so Coop had Coop had a point for McDavid, which happened. You had 21 saves needing. It was 17, I think, and then I had the Jays having 6 runs or more. I think it was 5.5. Or there's a 4.5.
Yeah.
And they didn't do a bad weekend for the Toronto Blue Jays. Couple of injuries, losses, not a good weekend for the Toronto Blue Jays. So that's what's to come on the show. You can jump in the River Korean box at 780-218-9999. That's Tap 25 Restaurant, 50% off the entire menu, available 7 days a week from 2 until 5. Or you could jump into the nasty chat. I love how you just throw me right under the bus with the skirt. Let's do it too.
No,
just immediately put. Were you wrong? But did you ever stink?
Yeah, I wasn't mad at you.
No, I know.
But I was like, how was Matty this? Like, it wasn't just that game, because then I watched the rest of the weekend and I was waiting for the bats to come alive. And
well, if it wasn't going to be there for game 1.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's get to Hernan's Noticias. That's the headlines for today. Oilers fall to the Golden Knights on Saturday. The Edmonton Oilers, game 7 tonight.
I know.
To the best words in sports, game 7. Winner moves on to the second round. We got the NCAA Men's National Championship tonight. Michigan taking on UConn. It's the start of Masters Week.
Oh, Matty.
Yeah.
Who do you have you gone into deep research on?
No, I will be on the Lock Shop on Wednesday, so Huss and I will have full picks on that one.
Okay.
So I will do some deep diving today and tomorrow for that one. But I can't wait as it's Masters Week. And Artemis too. Are you following along with Artemis 2? At this very moment, 4 humans have gone further than any other humans have gone before, if I'm not mistaken. We're past Apollo, the Apollo 13 spot. By 5:05 tonight, Edmonton time, I believe will be the furthest point that they are going. 2 minutes prior to that, they'll be the closest to the moon on this journey.
Wow.
Are you all in on this?
I just want... I want an episode of Star Trek to come from this. I just want aliens, and they escort us back, and we start talking to people. Think that's going to happen? Don't you want that to happen? Like, isn't it the dark side of the moon? You watch that? Isn't that a Transformers?
It's the third Transformers.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want that. It depends. Are we getting into war? Does this cause war?
Of course.
Then I don't really want it. But maybe it's like a rival and it's not causing war.
Maybe it galvanizes the planet, though.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I went for gas at Costco and I saw a fight.
Oh, did you?
Literally saw a fight happening during the oil stream about things that are going on. Have you been following Artemis too, Benny?
No, not one bit.
Why not?
I don't know. I just
This doesn't intrigue you at all?
no, not really.
Will it intrigue you when they go and land on the moon?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I was kind of just Tom had it up while I was prepping for the show, and I was kind of peeking at that. But I mean, like, yeah, I'd be kind of curious to see if there's just other life out there.
That's not what we're trying to do with this one right now.
I know,
Okay,
but like,
just making sure.
But like, I don't know. I'm just kidding. That's the only thing that like would make me interested. To me, I don't really care.
Would you care if we went to Mars?
Ooh, like theoretically, yes. But
What do you
like
mean theoretically?
I'm more saying like ideally, yes. But I don't know. Like I'm more excited about the Oil Kings being in Game 7 tonight. That's what I care more about. I like what's happening on this planet here.
Okay.
Now let's go elsewhere. You know, I like to focus on.
Sometimes you just get.
He's very grounded, I guess.
Yeah, I've. There's a lot of people that make good, solid points about resources and what you could do with probably the cost of all this to put towards helping people rather than.
But there are value. Like if you go to the first Apollo missions, it helped lead to CT scans and MRI machines. The technology. There's a lot that we benefited from as a society that did help us go a long way from those first moon missions.
So, what if you're saying if they pick up some alien technology on the other side of the moon and bring it back, we'll have
Well, maybe that's the thing. Maybe on the moon we'll find on the dark side in a few years when we land.
crashed.
We're gonna find some sort of tool that just immediately heals you.
Oh,
And we're going to bring it back and develop it, and it's just health is going to be there.
I thought they were in the first. Didn't Trump say that he was developing those cryopods to fix everything? I remember him.
I don't
talking about
remember that. I don't need to go into that one. Your thoughts on the Oilers game from Saturday? Anything concern, or is it just, hey, this team's won 5 straight. You're bound to have a game.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas looked good. They, I don't know. I heard someone say it. They looked faster. And they are, because the last few games against the Edmonton Oilers, I would say, wow, Vegas does look slow, right? And it's a coach bump, man. You're just trying to impress the new guy, trying to make sure that your place is solidified on the team, I think. And yeah, it's a little bit more exciting. But they looked good. They looked like the Vegas Golden Knights that we've seen in the past. Now, that wasn't the Oilers' best game. They were just out of, like, they were almost there all over the place. Like the goals that they were close to the guy that scored. They were close to doing this. They just, from the games prior, you saw that extra step, right? That helped them block a shot, get to a good scoring opportunity, those types of things. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll see. That'll be an interesting game, I think, right? Mammoth kind of, they manhandled the Mammoth last time. The
Mammoth had never beaten the Oilers.
Yeah, so they probably want to prove something in the case that they might meet in the playoffs, I guess.
Benny, anything you took away from Saturday's game?
Yeah, to me, I more found it was just not the typical hockey we've seen this team play over the past couple of weeks. Like they got beat pretty heavily on that transitional game, and that's been a rough spot for the Oilers all year. But as of late, they've cleaned that up. But yeah, on Saturday, it looked like they kind of were in their old ways a little bit. To me, you're missing Hyman, you're missing Draisaitl. I'm not too worried about it. Vegas was eventually going to beat you. Power play is struggling without those two guys, and I think it's a little bit of a momentum killer for them right now. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, you can't expect them to win every game. That's Vegas Golden Knights are a good team. So.
Speaking with Chris Knobloch, this is a quote from Mark Spector, a tweet. It sounds like Draisaitl is a maybe for game 1 of the playoffs. Hyman should play regular season games. We've gotten all sorts of different reports when it comes to Leon Draisaitl from the moment he went down with the injury. That was against the Preds, I believe it was. When you are now hearing from Chris Knobloch, it's a maybe now for game 1. Does this change your feelings of Leon Draisaitl and what you've thought? Because I'll start, like, I'm worried about this one, and it's something that you've said, Gage, last week. You don't just go to Germany for the sake of going to Germany and seeing a specialist. And where I'll add on that is Luka Doncic has gone to see a specialist because he's gone down with injury, that he's trying to see if he can get some different treatment to maybe rush his way back to the playoffs for the LA Lakers. But it's a big story now in the NBA that Luka is going to Germany to see a specialist, which is what Leon Draisaitl or Luka's going to Europe for sure.
Is it the same guy? Do you know?
I don't know. That's where I have to change. I know Luka's going to Europe. I don't know if it's Germany, but the Draisaitl went to Germany. So I've been a little concerned. And then Stan Bowman, though, immediately comes out when that first report comes out, which was very just, hey, he's done. He'd be ready to go. Draisaitl's comments was, well, I hope they go on a bit of run so I could be ready to go. When you hear Chris Knobloch say, maybe, is this just the gamesmanship? Is this just him making sure that whoever the Oilers are playing in the first round are sitting there going, well, are we or aren't we going to be seeing Leon Draisaitl? What do you take away of the fact that it's a maybe for Draisaitl and Hyman should play regular season games?
No, like I said, you don't travel that far. And I think McCaffrey went to the same place. There's another athlete that went to go to Germany too
you said Matthews. Kobe used to historically would go to Italy for some stuff.
But there is this thing in Germany that the scientists have invented a brand new miracle gel to regrow knee cartilage without surgery. Right? So this is, if you can look it up. I've kind of looked at this a few times. Not a huge deep dive into it, but I've got it up now. So, I mean, why wouldn't you do this instead of having surgery, right? If you can regrow kind of damaged cartilage or whatever, it's like a gel that they inject into you, and it regrows, and it's amazing. Maybe they're getting this from the dark side of the moon. I don't know, but no, I don't think he's going to be back until second round if they make it. It's just, it's obviously it's a knee or whatever, MCL kind of. Maybe a rupture or a very severe sprain. I don't think it would be torn, because if it was torn, they probably. But
there's different grades of tear.
Yeah, I get, like, if it goes straight down instead of like maybe like when it ruptures or whatever, when it goes straight down, then you just kind of wait for it to heal on its own. Maybe Leon was injected with this stuff, and it does take 6 weeks to kind of take hold. Who knows? But yeah, I don't think you're going to see Leon Draisaitl in the first round.
Well, and that's why, like today, just hearing Chris Knobloch go maybe. And we all know his timelines.
Oh, yeah.
You can't trust them.
No.
You always have to add. It's never on the good side. It's always on the worst side. So I saw that today, and it was just one like, oh. Now, look, maybe you don't need them in the first round. You know, the Oilers have been playing really good for a number of games. You do need a Zach Hyman.
Yeah.
But maybe you don't need a Draisaitl just yet, and it's let him rest up. Let him get. If he's not there for game one of that first round, are you worried about any of the three possible matchups for the Edmonton Oilers?
It's going to be very hard to hold him back, though.
Right? But if let's say Draisaitl can't go, the Oilers are still going. Hyman's back. Oilers, Golden Knights. Who's the favorite in your eyes? Both of you. Oh, no Draisaitl, but Hyman's there. Oilers, Golden Knights.
I still think it's Oilers. Barely. I think that would be the toughest matchup.
So then you're going to take Oilers over Ducks, Oilers over Mammoth.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go Oilers too.
With all three?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the so, like, I do really hope.
They're playing well.
You're hoping for a cup still this year for the Edmonton Oilers. You don't rush him for the sake of just.
No.
Even him just saying, I want to be in. You have to make sure without a doubt that this guy's like, you don't 100% know. But if it means one extra game, you let him have the one extra game, right?
If you're down to Vegas, down 2-1 of the series or
Different
something, you need a jolt. Yeah.
But then, game one,
you
should be good enough to maybe go to, and especially with where the Oilers are, you're likely home to start these playoffs.
So right now it's Nashville Predators, correct?
No, Utah. Nashville heads to the Central.
Right. Okay.
Bottom will go second wild card's going to go see Colorado. First wild card's going to see the head of the Pacific. Jay I think that's Jody Cerner. Anyone know why Wall was fired? It's head scratching. 140. Stick around. We've got Andrew Gross from Newsday out in New York. He's going to join us to give us insight into that. Up next, Jonathan Davis from SiriusXM to talk NHL as well. He's Joaquin Gage. I'm Matt Iwanyk for Hernan Salas alongside Benny, who's in for Zach. That's all coming up here on EST Afternoons live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Let's get to a sports update with Benny, and then after that, Jonathan Davis from SiriusXM.
The Edmonton Oil Kings face off against the Blades tonight in Game 7 of the first round of the WHL playoffs. Edmonton stayed alive last night thanks to Miroslav Holinka as he ended the game in double overtime. Game 7 gets going at Rogers Place at 7 o'clock. Oilers had a full practice this morning before hitting the road today as they get set to play the Mammoth tomorrow. Edmonton will be leaving Zach Hyman at home as he continues to nurse his injury. Both Hyman and Draisaitl will start skating as the team is out of town. For NHL action tonight, we have an Atlantic Division title matchup of the Tampa Bay Lightning in Buffalo to play the Sabres. Jets are in Seattle to play the Kraken. Sharks welcome the Blackhawks, and the Kings bring in the Preds. On the diamond, we have a World Series rematch of the Blue Jays and Dodgers. The Jays are coming off of being swept by the White Sox over the weekend. Max Scherzer on the bump for Toronto. Justin Robletsky for Los Angeles, first pitch at 5:07. And on the hard floor, it's the NCAA Men's National Championship. It goes down tonight. Michigan will take on UConn. Tip-off is at 6:50. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood, the Duke. Locally owned and operated since 1993, they're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood, the Duke, the experts you need to know. More of EST Afternoons on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
TSN's Darren Dreger.
The Matthew Darsham New York Islanders have been thinking about this for a while. We're making a coaching change in the offseason. Why does the offseason have to be at the end of this regular season? I know there's, 3-4 games remaining. They still have a little bit of real estate left. So if this is a shot in the arm and there's a coach bump, well, then it's a decision that was timely for sure.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The Blue Jays are back for their 50th season. Whether you're swinging for the fences or tackling backyard spring projects, get the space you need with Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of the Toronto Blue Jays. Try 4 weeks free today. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit and the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Hockey on one screen, basketball on the next, soccer in the corner. And yeah, we've got UFC too. There's a reason we have this many screens. Because no matter what you're watching, it deserves the big moment. We don't pick sides. We don't pick sports. We put it all on. Cold beers flying. Game day eats landing. And the crowd's louder than your group chat. If it's on here. The Canadian Brew House. Our house is your house.
Back here on EST Afternoons, Matt Iwanyk, Joaquin, Gage, Benny Thompson with you here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. We're minutes away from Jonathan Davis of Sirius XM, as well as VSiN live joining us to talk some National Hockey League. Portions of this hour of the Hangar brought to you by the Canadian Brewhouse. Afternoons just got a serious upgrade at the CBH. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 with deals starting at $3.99. Make the smart move and head to the Canadian Brewhouse. We've got a couple really great NHL races going on in the National Hockey League for those wild card spots. We've got the news. This is from yesterday. Pete DeBoer in, Patrick Waugh out. The Islanders are now sitting out of a playoff spot. It's right now the Bruins and Sens in the 2 wild card spots. Although the Flyers jumping into that 3rd spot in the Metropolitan. We've got Lightning, Sabres, Canadians, Hurricanes all locked into positions in the East. In the West, it's only Avs, Stars, and Wild. Oh, David just texted me. We good? Let me a second.
Surprised about the Flyers a little bit.
Looked like they were done.
Mm-hmm. Good for them. There's been talk about old Flyer Chris Pronger possibly with the Leafs.
There's been a lot of talk of Chris Pronger that he'll be back. Like, because he's never been in management, has he?
No.
Benny, I'll send you his number. See if this number is better. Do you like the idea of Chris Pronger? Gage, you're getting the number 2, by the way. That's our.
I like the when he speaks. I like what he has to say. You know, he has some very intelligent ways of talking about the game and how he thinks the game will, how it should be played. Now, I was always the most impressive thing about Chris Pronger was always because that change in the rules, right? The hooking and grabbing all of a sudden ended, and he flourished. Where I thought he might struggle, then you realize what a good hockey player he actually was, right? Like he was out of sight.
He was a Coyote too, wasn't he? Datsa Kosa. Was he one of those guys that were traded there for, wasn't playing?
Maybe.
One of the legendary Coyotes that we had there. Just like Carey Price is just the most amazing San Jose Shark you'll ever see.
They could have quite the retired numbers.
Oh, if we want to go through the whole all-time greats that have played for those franchises, the Coyotes, there's a couple of guys that we could really put up there. Our next guest joins us now on the Oil Country Towing Hotline, which is for Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Give them a call, 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. It is Jonathan Davis of SiriusXM as well as VSiN Live. Jonathan, really appreciate the time. Just wondering, how are we doing with the security at Crypto.com from your appearance on Hello Hockey on Saturday? They still aren't bothering you, are they?
Well, we'll find out tonight. I'm going to try to avoid any situations, but oh my God, yeah, no, that was a bit of a crazy thing. People just trying to overstep the bounds of their job.
Yeah, sometimes you just try to act, make yourself feel a little bit more important when it comes with those people with what they are doing. Jonathan, let's take a look. Let's start with the Western Conference. I'm going to start with the Edmonton Oilers and look at the Pacific Division here. You got Oilers, Ducks, Golden Knights, Mammoth. It's very likely that it's going to be those 4 teams in the Pacific Division, side of the bracket for playoffs. How would you order those teams in terms of who you think are most likely to get through the 2 rounds and go to a conference finals? Well, they all have warts, that's for sure. I mean, I think Utah is a one and done. I don't think that they're ready right now. I think they're just too small up front. Anaheim, right? They're obviously feeling it. They've lost 5 in a row, and I do wonder if, for the young kids in particular, if they haven't gone through a grind like this, and I just wonder if it's getting to them. I mean, they're a team that trades chances and their style is really not suited to the playoffs. So I put them a little further down the depth chart. And then when it comes to, to Edmonton and Vegas, that game Saturday night, I think was far more important for Vegas to win. And I thought they played their best game of the 3 under John Tortorella, and Carter Hart looked really good.
He seems to be the man. In the case of the Oilers, I mean, can Connor Ingram be the guy? Or are they going to play Tristan Jarry, which I don't think they will, and just suffocate teams and not allow them shots on goal? I mean, that was, that game Saturday, obviously no Leon, no Zach Hyman, so totally different. I'll flip a coin between Vegas and Edmonton because both of them have issues that they have to overcome, and they definitely both start in goal.
Jonathan, so it sounds like we're probably going to see, as it stands today, a Vegas and Edmonton Oilers matchup for the finals in the Pacific Division. But what team do you think suits the Edmonton Oilers better to play against to go past the first round?
Wow, to go past. Well, I think that it's whoever finishes in the wild card. I mean, if Edmonton's able to win the division, then it's whoever finishes the wild card would better suit them. That's why I do think, or if they have to play Anaheim, I mean, I just don't think Anaheim's ready. They have a goal. I mean, look, Dostal can win you a game on any night. He has that ability, and there's no question. But I think that, that Anaheim, they just have to correct some issues. And Joel Quenneville talked about it after their loss on Saturday to Calgary. It's just being not in the right place. And I just think they look tired. I think this is where the youth of this team catches up, even with all of the veterans that they do have on this team. So I would say if they're going to finish, not in first, then yeah, I think they would have a really good shot with Anaheim.
And looking at the Los Angeles Kings, I mean, they're just sniffing on the outside. Do you think that there's the possibility that, I mean, to the chagrin of a lot of Oilers fans, that maybe seeing the Los Angeles Kings and Oilers in the first round?
Oh, please don't have the Los Angeles Kings make the playoffs, guys. Come on, really? I mean, this is... Talk about frauds. I mean, and point mongers. I mean, that's, 31 overtime games and the second fewest regulation wins in the NHL. They shouldn't be in the playoffs. And not to say that, that San Jose or Nashville is far more deserving, but their LA's game against Nashville last Thursday typified their season. Like, they're not terrible. They're not good either. And you're down 3-0 in your own building and 4-1 to a team that you're trying to get past in a playoff spot, and then you find a way to get yourself to a shootout, and then you lose and you collect a point. I just, for me, I just don't. I think the Kings would be better served not making the playoffs because, I mean, I just look at it that it's one way to potentially affect change. When owners start losing money by not getting playoff revenue, maybe that's the kick in the pants that they need to start doing things differently around here. Because the methods that they're using right now is not, it's just not very good. So I'm hoping that we either see Nashville, preferably San Jose, get into the playoffs. And I'm looking forward to the game tonight at Crypto.
We're with Jonathan Davis, SiriusXM VSiN Live as well. Let's go to the East. Yesterday, the big news that dropped was Pete DeBoer's in with the New York Islanders as Patrick Waugh was let go. It was a shock for many. Now that we're about 24 hours removed and we've all been able to digest this, your thoughts on the move from the Islanders here?
Well, I mean, the Vegas Golden Knights are trendsetters. You fire your coach with less than 8 games to go, and Sunday, bloody Sunday. I mean, back-to-back Sundays, we've had the coach fired. I mean, look, this was not Matthew Darsh's guy. It would seem to me that they were going to likely make a coaching change next year, so why not get ahead of it and make sure that you've got people. Their game Saturday night against Carolina was horrific. I mean, they were outshot 31-6 through 40 minutes. They did rally to get to that game within one, and they lost 4-3. But even the night their game before against Philadelphia was not much better. And for a team that had been in the holding a playoff spot for a significant period of time, got themselves back in, are now out. I just think that they just said, hey, we've got to try something new. We've got 3 days between games. We can Pete DeBoer can have a mini training camp, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I get the sense that, Patrick Waugh and Bruce Cassidy can be some tough guys to play for. And Waugh is, he's been very outspoken about his players in the media. But I would think, Joaquin, that, anything that he has said to the media about a player or his team, he's probably already addressed to his player or team.
Yeah, for sure. Seems a little abrasive, but also we heard rumblings of DeBoer getting that half-life of coaches, like that 3-year span, and kind of lose his voice. But sticking with the East, looking if things ended today, Jonathan, you look at that one matchup where it's must-watch first-round playoffs. It's got to be if the Buffalo Sabres and Montreal Canadiens can lock horns. That is going to be a fantastic series.
Oh, yeah. I mean, watching their games during the regular season have been just so highly entertaining. And, must watch. And must watch is also tonight when Buffalo and Tampa, play, the first game in a month. I think it was a month to the day that they last met on what I think arguably many of us think was the game of the year in the NHL, the 8-7 game. But, yeah, look, I would love to see Buffalo and Montreal lock horns in the first round. I'm just excited that that we're going to see the Buffalo Sabres in the playoffs this year. Because look, I mean, a guy that grew up in Toronto, I went down to many games in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Obviously, not playoff games, but I mean, that fan base is going to be crazy. And when they hit the ice tonight for the first time since officially clinching, the building is going to be bonkers. And I would think that come playoff time, it will get heightened.
Jonathan, greatly appreciate the time. Enjoy the game tonight. Good luck with Crypto.com security, and hopefully they cause you no problems.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to come fully armed tonight.
Jonathan Davis, Sirius XM VSiN live right there with you. Maybe for George Awards there for the security cards. Always brings great stuff. As I said, VSiN or Sirius XM. Okay, we got to take a time out here because on the other side we got Andrew Gross. We've got him for about 10 minutes. We're gonna dive just directly into the Islanders and what happened with Patrick Waugh, Pete DeBoer now in. He's Joaquin Gage. I'm Iwanyk. We'll get to a Benny Sports update. And then on the other side, Andrew Gross. This is EST Afternoons live right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Clear choice for Edmonton Sports.
The Edmonton Oil Kings face off against the Blades tonight in Game 7 of their first round WHL playoff series. Edmonton forced the decider thanks to Miroslav Holinka, who buried the double overtime winner last night. Game 7 gets underway at Rogers Place at 7 p.m. The Oilers held a practice this morning before heading out onto the road for tomorrow's matchup against the Mammoth. Zach Hyman will stay back at Edmonton as he continues to recover, while both Hyman and Leon Draisaitl are expected to begin skating while the team is away. Around the NHL tonight, there's a big Atlantic Division showdown with Tampa Bay in Buffalo. The Jets head to Seattle to take on the Kraken. Sharks host the Blackhawks, and the Kings welcome the Predators. On the diamond, it's a World Series matchup between the Blue Jays and Dodgers. Toronto's looking to bounce back after being swept by the White Sox over the weekend. Max Scherzer gets the start for the Jays, while Justin Robleski goes for Los Angeles. First pitch is set for 5:07. And on the hardwood, the NCAA Men's National Championship tips off tonight with Michigan taking on UConn. That game goes down at 6:50 tonight. This sports update is brought to you by Capital Care. Financial supports deeply affects residents at Capital Care, whether it's a one-time donation or a monthly contribution. Every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at capitalcarefoundation.net. We're going to have some Islanders talk with Pete DeBoer here on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
I'm not shocked that he's fired. I'm just surprised that, and especially yesterday where there was this attention around this game, that you dropped that right before the game. But they're going for a full reset coming up here, and it'll be fascinating to see what they do. And they try to trade Austin Matthews.
Is Mitch Marner just laughing? Poolside, just laughing right now?
I'm away from that mess.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
.149 here in Edmonton. It's April 6th. April 6th. Matt Iwanyk, Joaquin, Gage, Benny Thompson with you here. We are about a minute or so away from Andrew Gross from Newsday joining us to get the latest on Patty Waugh. Pete DeBoer, Patty Waugh out, Pete DeBoer in with the Islanders. Artemis 2 update, for those that maybe have missed, we've passed, I think it was the Apollo 13 point. So now they're at the furthest we've ever gone, and every second right now that passes, they go even further and further and further. That goes until, I believe, about 5:05 tonight. They will hit the furthest point that they are going, and then they'll, I guess, make their long trek back to Earth, which is kind of cool to say. At 5:03 will be their closest. This is my timing on that is on the YouTube for NASA in the description. They have timing in there for things, and I'm going off that. If I'm reading that correctly, it says at 5:03 will be the closest they are to the moon, which I really hope we get a picture of the moon and the Earth in the background.
Oh, that's going to be cool.
Did you see the updated photo of the Earth? That they had?
Look like Hernan's lungs.
So we'll keep following along this, and I guess that will be during. And hey, Jay Milne was the one that told me about Artemis. He was doing it on the show last week. So they're going to get to their furthest point during the redo. We'll can show that we'll be doing. Trev in the nasty chat, furthest we've ever gone that we know of. Well, I think we would know where the humans have gone. Oh, I know what he was saying. If they're abducted and taken somewhere.
Oh, yeah. He's already into
Trev,
the space
go enjoy
cake.
the rest of your day. Just go enjoy the rest
cake,
of your
Trev.
day. Our next guest is ready. We're going to head back to the Oil Country Towing Hotline here. As yesterday, shock in the National Hockey League is Patrick Waugh out as New York Islanders head coach. In is Pete DeBoer for the rest of this year, and then signed for a few more years after this to help us understand what's what's happened with the New York Islanders. Andrew Gross from Newsday with us here. Andrew, greatly appreciate the time. Good to talk with you once again. As I just said, Patrick Waugh out, Pete DeBoer in. The big question that a lot of people have here in Edmonton, I think a lot of people have in the hockey world, the things that I've seen in our nasty chat throughout the day today, it's a simple question. Why?
Well, Matthew Darsh has believed that this is a playoff team, and he didn't see them making the playoffs under Patrick Waugh at this point. Things had stagnated. 4 straight losses, 7 out of 10. And I think when just not.
Oh, Benny, I think maybe give him a call back. We'll try to maybe get a better connection there. Patty Watt doesn't want people to talk about him, so he's distracted. Or is this Artemis getting because of this?
Maybe.
We're having issues. The signals are being messed or something.
Probably.
Artemis 2 just crossing the paths of the satellites or something, or whatever it's transmitting back is interfering with everything.
Those damn Decepticons, man.
Did you ever actually watch that third one?
Yep. I watched them all, I think.
I only watched the Shia LaBeouf ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like the Wahlberg one.
I just didn't want to get into it.
No?
I grew up on those, the Shia LaBeouf. Well, I didn't grow up, but like those were mine. We got him back? Okay, let's give this another go. Andrew, sorry about that. So back to why did this move happen here?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, teams lost 4 in a row, stagnating, lost 7 of 10, and really didn't show up for 2 of their biggest division rivalry games where they could have significantly helped their playoff chances. 8-3 loss at home to the Penguins, 4-1 loss to the Flyers at home on Friday, and after that game, Patrick Roy said he had to do a better job of getting his team ready, and that sort of just puts it on a silver platter for a GM to make a coaching change, even if there is only 4 games left in the regular season, because Matthew Darche believes this is a playoff team and has believed that most of the season.
With Patrick Roy, he ultimately actually only completed 1 full season as the head coach in the New York Islanders. Came in a couple of years ago in replacing Lane Lambert. This year doesn't finish the year. How will the Patrick era be looked upon by Islander fans? And in the end, what was his biggest flaw as a coach late this season that this team has been seeing this downward trend as of late?
I mean, I still think at the end of the day, Patrick Roy did a lot of good things for this organization, which, I mean, is under a tremendous amount of transformation going from Lou Lamoriello to Matthew Darche in the terms of the way they're interacting with the fans and trying to be more open and more transparent. And Patty really played a large role in that. He came in and he got the Islanders to the playoffs taking over for Lane Lambert, and it was sort of the same situation. They got rid of Lane Lambert because the team couldn't get out of its own way or even take the time to be motivated for some of these games. And Patrick changed that. He's a really good players coach. He deals with emotions. He's incredibly passionate. And, even Pete DeBoer said this today. He worked his butt off in this job, which, Patty himself would tell you that's a little bit different than how he was in Colorado. He really checked his ego at the door when he became the Islanders coach. But at the end of the day, if you can't coax performances out of your team on a consistent basis, you got to switch coaches. And, X's and O's were never considered Patrick's strong suit. He was more of a motivator. And, in Pete DeBoer, who, Matthew Darche said today, it's sort of like signing the number 1 free agent on the market. You're getting both a player's motivating type of coach.
Those damn Decepticons. Those damn Decepticons.
Yeah.
Just
maybe Patrick was a Decepticon.
You could try him one more time, and we'll only have him for 1 or 2 more questions there. You could let him know that we'll have just 2 questions. But it's interesting to hear the one thing that Patrick Roy checking his ego.
Yeah.
That's not something you would ever think with Patrick Roy.
No. I remember distinctly when we would play against the Avalanche and Craig McTavish, we'd write on the board the lineups.
Yeah.
And you'd have, Sakic, Forsberg, and then obviously Waugh wasn't ROY, it was GOD because of his famous ego. That's how Mac T used to write it.
We have Andrew Gross back from Newsday. Gager?
So
Yeah,
Andrew, the one thing I want to look at, you show me a coach that gets fired, and usually there's a correlation between the play of the goaltender. Now, Sorokin's he's arguably one of the best goalies on the planet right now, a .909 save percentage, 7 shutouts on the season. How's his play been up to this date? Is he running out of gas a little bit, or is this just too many defensive breakdowns?
I think we just lost him. You can give him a call back and say we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's all fine. We really appreciate it. I'll text him later today as well. Would have loved to know, talk a little bit about Pete DeBoer. But yeah, just give him a call and thank him for his time. Obviously, just the salt. I'm going to blame, you could blame Artemis if you want. Artemis, too, is causing some issues. It's transmitting stuff from the moon. We're dealing with that today, and we're having phone issues. Coincidence? I think not. I know with Sorokin, one thing I have seen was there's a lot of defensive issues in front of him that it has helped cause that.
I just look at the games played and what he does on a regular basis, and there's no better mask to defensive play than a really good goaltender. If Oilers fans look back, that was one of the biggest reasons I think Pete Chiarelli made some of the moves he did, is because of the play of Cam Talbot in covering a lot of the defensive problems that were masked. And Sorokin's one of those goalies that he makes an average team a good team. So, and this might be with Darch. Is he thinking that his team is a little bit further ahead than they actually are when your goaltender is covering so much for you? And now you get to that, that over 50 game mark. There could be a chance where he's running out of gas a little bit.
The New York Islanders, they've played one extra game than both the Sens, who are the last wildcard team, and the Flyers, who have the last spot in the Metropolitan. The Islanders are a point back of each of them. So those two teams still have a game in hand. I think the Islanders' first game when Pete DeBoer is behind the bench will be Thursday. So they're going to be waiting a little bit, which maybe for him is great too, because you come in, you got a couple days to practice with this team. For Pete DeBoer, because he's getting a longer term. Like John Tortorella is just for the rest of the season. They're not locked in with him for next season. Pete DeBoer is locked in for, by reports, another 4 years after this one. Is the Islanders an attractive job because of Matthew Schaefer? Does that make a lot? Like, I'm going to read a couple quotes from Andrew Gross's Twitter account because, Pete DeBoer did speak to the media today, and Gross was there. Pete DeBoer says the Islanders were not one of the team he followed all closely this season. Mainly was watching his former teams and players, and also preparing to coach the defense for Team Canada in the Olympics. So he did end up, though, watching a lot of Matthew Schaefer. Calls him a special player and person. Also did say that his first inclination when Darsh called about the job was it'd be best to wait until the offseason and weigh all offers for him. But Darsh sold him on the opportunity, and DeBoer said some of the people he knows in the organization from his time with the Devils was important too. But how much is that? Like, you see that there's a Matthew Schaefer there, this up-and-coming defensive phenom. That's a nice guy to have to build the coaching team around, to the team around.
It checks a box, definitely. But I think, like, if you look at DeBoer's resume, everywhere he's gone, he's had an all-star goaltender too, right? Even back in
who if he had in St. Louis or in San Jose?
Well, it was
Martin Jones,
but he was great. He was great back then, right? And was it Brodeur in? It was Brodeur.
Yeah, when they lost that at Stanley Cup, I'm pull it up right now.
And then he had Ottinger in Dallas, right?
That would have been.
Did he have Marc-Andre and? For a bit, and
he would have had Marc-Andre Fleury for a bit.
Who won the Vezina that year, I think. Yeah. So, like I said, you show me a good coach, and I'll show you a goaltender that's playing well. So, that's another reason why it would be most appealing with Ilya Sorokin.
I will say, when it comes to Pete DeBoer, like to me, I didn't understand the Edmonton fan base wanting him, because I don't think the next coach you get in Edmonton, if it's not Chris Knoblauch, if you're talking about a change at any point, it's got to be someone that you're sitting there and be like, this guy's going to go win us a Stanley Cup. And Pete DeBoer's not that guy to me. He works for the Islanders because he's going to give you that run. Mm-hmm. But he's a guy that ultimately I don't have faith that is going to ultimately finish it off. You take away his first 3 years as a head coach in this league, which was with the Florida Panthers, back when the Panthers weren't what they are, last couple of seasons. First year with New Jersey Devils, went to a Stanley Cup final and lost. Missed the playoffs, then got fired. With the Sharks, made the playoffs 4 or 5 years, but went to a Stanley Cup final. Went to the conference finals as well another year. With the Vegas Golden Knights, went to 2 conference finals, then missed the playoffs, then was fired. And then the last 3 years, he was in the conference final with the Dallas Stars. He went to 6 of 7 conference finals, if I'm looking at these years correctly, in the Western Conference, / whatever the bubbles were and all that stuff. Like, he's going to get you close. And if you're the New York Islanders, that's all you can ask for. I think that's a great pickup for the Islanders, especially when you're adding into the fact that it's what you've said. You've got a Sorokin. You've got a number 1 defenseman in hockey in Matthew Schaefer. It's a very nice, attractive job for Pete DeBoer. And I understand why, if you're Matthew Darsh, you're sitting there and going, it's not just about this season, though.
Yeah.
I don't want another team to come claim this guy when I don't know if I'm going to keep Patrick Waugh around after this season.
Well, it's interesting that DeBoer wanted to wait till the offseason, too, right? To see where he wanted to land.
Well, 2 things. 1, you could see if there's any other job opening that opens that you're not expecting. 2, if you have 3, 4 teams all wanting you, hey, bring that number up.
Yeah.
Who's going to bring that number up?
Yeah. And he got 4 years out of this. And from what I heard, Patrick Waugh still has 2 years left on his deal, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, for Pete DeBoer, he's got 4 years after this. He won't be working those last 2. He gets fired. He'll get fired 2 to 3 years from now.
Coaching carousel will always continue.
Well, and with him, his longest, the most he's coached one team was full seasons is 4 years with the San Jose Sharks. He's never made once he's made full 4 years.
What do you think of the rotation of?
I think it's too quick.
The old guards, so to speak. Do you like look no further than Coach Knobloch, right?
Because he's a new guard.
Yeah.
I think there's a good mix. I think we sometimes think that there's a little bit more old than there really is. John Cooper is in his first job still in the National Hockey League. So is Jared Bednar. Chris Knobloch. Who's the head coach down in Calgary? Is it Huska?
Huska. Yeah.
That was his first NHL job, was it not, as a head coach?
So Spencer Carberry in
Washington.
Who's the
Adam
San
Foote.
Jose? I guess I forget his name.
Lofkovsky or something.
Adam Foote in Vancouver, first head coaching job, if I'm not mistaken. Marty St. Louis, first head coaching job in the National Hockey League.
Warsofsky is the
yeah.
Like there's a lot of places. There's a lot where it's been done in this city. The last 2 coaches that this team hired were coaches who got their first NHL head coaching opportunities, in Jay Woodcroft and Chris Knobloch. That there's always going to be a mix of those. The question is, are those I'll say, is John Tortorella really a guy that needs to keep being rotated through? We're going to find out with the Vegas Golden Knights here.
I just thought, obviously DeBoer's, like you said, he's one of the top unrestricted free agents, I guess, on the coaching carousel. But from what I hear, even who might have been higher on the list of some teams is Manny Malhotra out of Abbotsford. So, and that he kind of appeals to me, because of the style of player he was, and the fact that he's been on NHL benches already here and there. Right now, he got to the Calder Cup final last year. By all accounts, the team's still doing well. You would think just the fresh new look of a guy like Malhotra might be appealing to some teams.
Looking at the list of coaches too, there's a lot of guys that maybe are also just on their second team, if I'm thinking correctly. Travis Green's, this is only his second coaching stop, is it not? Canucks, no, he was with the Devils. Sorry. Sheldon Keefe's only on his second stop.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got Lane Lambert. This is only got to be his second spot as a head coach. Dan Muse, first time with the Penguins. Marco Sturm, first time with the Boston Bruins. Andrew Burnett, he was an intern with Florida, so really his second stop though.
Mm-hmm.
So there, Rob Brendamart is his first NHL head coaching job. So there is a lot. I would say that we've actually seen a lot of young people or younger people get that. But it's when you don't go to the young people, who are you going to go to? And it's going to be are there, like John Cooper, Jared Bednar type coaches now that they left, every team was going to want them.
Yeah.
You know?
No, they barely unpack.
If Chris Knobloch was let go by the Edmonton Oilers this year, do you think he'd be a hot commodity?
I think it'd be somewhat similar to the Woodcroft situation.
You think?
I think a lot of teams would look at it's more McDavid and Draisaitl than the coaching.
Who would be more likely to get a job first, Jay Woodcroft or Chris Knobloch if Knobloch was fired this year?
Knobloch.
Yeah, I would say Knobloch, because how long was Woody out for?
He's missed out on 2 straight cycles.
Yeah.
Yep. Now he's assistant coaching with with Ducks. Yep. I mean, I think they would go. Knobloch would get a quicker job just because he's been to the Cup final back-to-back years.
Yeah, and I think Woodcroft is looked at. Well, you hear Patrick Waugh being the kind of motivator. I think Woodcroft, with his attention to detail and the X's O's, I think he's perfectly suited to be a. Unfortunately, I think he probably wants to be a head coach, but I think that he.
But can you have learned from that?
You can,
and it will, like, it's for a 3rd straight cycle coming up here. Can you at least go to people like, this is what I've learned. I did this when I was with the Oilers. I spent a year with Joel Quenneville. This is how I know I have to be better and how I could become an excellent head coach for a long time for your franchise.
One of the greatest times I had with a coach talking about this was when I was on Team Canada and Tom Rennie. We were doing a tour in Russia, and we went on this plane. Can't believe this thing got off the ground. But the one thing about being in Russia with the Federation, you go out a lot. So Tom had to go out with the Russian Federation the night before, and let's just say he indulged a little bit too much into the vodka, but he was not feeling great the next day, but he held court in the back of the plane, and we just bombarded him with questions. It was like he had truth serum, but he talked about his time with Vancouver, and he had come from Kamloops where he had, Memorial Cup success, and he basically laid out all the mistakes that he had done and how, it was very humbling for him to lose that job. And then he went to New York eventually and coached there, and then back here in Edmonton, and he learned a lot, right, in that time. And that was a little bit after. So I was like, oh, okay, so there is I think a steep learning curve from going from even the minors and being an assistant coach to being the head guy. So, yeah, I think that you would like to have Knobloch as a coach ahead of Woodcroft in a sense, just the success, first of all, and that the amount that he's learned over the past few seasons is something that a lot of coaches with a lot more tenure have never had that type of experience.
Maybe he's the type of coach you just want to keep around your franchise.
Yeah. Maybe.
He's Joaquin Gage. I'm Iwanyk alongside Benny Thompson. That was the first hour of EST Afternoons for this April 6th edition. In the second hour, we've got a lot of time for you. Nasty chat, River Cree inbox 780-218-9999 at the end of the hour. So the screw it, let's do a parlay. I'm ready to go. I know where I'm going with this one. I don't know where you two are going with yours, but I'm ready to go. That's going to come up at 2:40. And also a reminder, 3 until 6, we got the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. Benny in for Zach on that show as well. We'll take a quick time out. We'll have a Benny Sports Update, and it's hour 2 of EST Afternoons. He's Joaquin Gage. I'm Iwanyk. You're tuned into EST Afternoons Live right here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Your career choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
That's where it starts with Trent Frederick, is the skating. A lot of times earlier in the season, we talked about, well, he's not hitting, he's not scoring, he's not around the net. It's because he wasn't even getting there. If he settles into a bottom 6 role, hits and agitates and skates, you can live with maybe some goal droughts if they're winning and he's making impacts in other ways.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. Had a good day? It's time for happy hour. Bad day? Oof, happy hour. Boss said great job? Happy hour. Boss said let's circle back? Ugh, definitely happy hour. Got a promotion? Happy hour. Spilled coffee on your shirt 5 minutes after getting dressed? Ugh, happy hour. So whether you're celebrating or recovering, our happy hour starts at just $3.99. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
Love the thrill of competition, but prefer to keep it classy?
Well, it's as classy as you can get when Dustin Nielsen is the host.
Join us April 14th at Bell and Scona for Edmonton Sports Talk Bid for Kids, presented by GS Construction.
A night filled with special guests, auctions, and a ton of prizes in support of Kids Spot.
No whistles, no play clock,
just a room full of generous hearts.
EST's Bid for Kids. Get your tickets at kidsportbidsforkids.com.
Use promo code ESTBIDS for 10% off.
The Edmonton Oil Kings take on the Blades tonight in Game 7 of their first round WHL playoff series. Edmonton kept their season alive last night with Miroslav Holinka playing hero in double overtime. Now it all comes down to Game 7 at Rogers Place with puck drop set for 7 p.m. The Oilers wrapped up a full practice this morning before hitting the road ahead of tomorrow's game against the Mammoth. Zach Hyman will remain in Edmonton as he continues to recover, while both Hyman and Leon Draisaitl are expected to get back on the ice while the team is away. Across the NHL tonight, there's a key Atlantic Division matchup with Tampa Bay visiting Buffalo. The Jets are in Seattle to face the Kraken. The Sharks host the Blackhawks, and the Kings welcome the Predators to shake up the Western Conference playoff race. Over the Diamond, it's a World Series matchup between the Blue Jays and Dodgers. Toronto is looking to rebound after a tough sweep at the hands of the White Sox. Max Scherzer gets the nod for the Jays, while Justin Robletsky starts for Los Angeles. First pitch is scheduled for 5:07. And on the hardwood, the NCAA Men's National Championship goes tonight with Michigan set to battle UConn. Tip-off is at 6:50. Second hour of EST Afternoons coming right up. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
.205 here in Edmonton. This is EST Afternoons. Matt Iwanyk, Joaquin, Gage, Benny Thompson with you here. We're in the William Huff studio since 1952. William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Visit their website, williamhuff.com. Give them the show at 780-454-4536. Right now, 1 degree in Edmonton. Gusts upwards of 37 kilometers an hour. Wind at 20 kilometers an hour. We're supposed to get about a high of 4 today. Chance of flurries. Tomorrow, chance of flurries as well.
Jeez.
Might get about 2 centimeters of snow, according to Environment Canada tomorrow. Wednesday, 6 degrees. Thursday, 7 degrees. Friday, 10 degrees. Saturday, 12 degrees. Sunday, 60% chance of flurries or rain showers, 4 degrees. That just kind of plummets. But it looks like maybe we get spring Wednesday through Saturday.
I was hoping to do some yard work, but
last weekend, yeah,
it was too cold.
It wasn't that cold.
It wasn't that
not to do work.
No,
but
yeah.
It was like being outside. I didn't have a jacket on for much of the weekend when I would go outside.
Yeah, I just can't believe there's flurries in the. What's parts of Alberta like? Did they say?
I saw yesterday upwards of 20 centimeters in this province.
I'm like, holy smokes!
What's this 16-day forecast? Let's take a look here. Oh, this looks miserable.
Yeah.
This, like, I'm on April 21st and the high 6 degrees. What's this European model that we talked about last week? What do they say? Give me something better. No, it's like, okay, that's a little bit better. It's like 10 degrees on the 17th and stuff. April sucks.
Yeah.
April's awful. Our golf course is even going to be open this month?
No.
What a sick joke.
That is a sick
Isn't
joke.
it?
You know what you know how great it is to be in Edmonton as a hockey player? And you don't have to play for the Oilers or whatever, but in playoffs and you go to the rink and it's sunny out. It might be a little dirty, but you actually can feel some heat on your back from the sun. You know,
it stays light outside.
You come back out after the game and you might even have a little bit of a sunset. Like
you can still have a patio beer, and it's like, it's oh man, that time of year is incredible.
Best. It is the best.
We have Game 7 tonight. Oil Kings.
That's gonna be
Saskatoon
awesome.
Blades. Oil Kings winning double overtime, I believe it was, in Game 6. But even it's playoff time.
Yeah.
If you're heading to Rogers Place tonight, this is a little bit better weather.
2 years in a row. Game 7's first round, huh?
Although the good news for the Oil Kings, then at least it's like no one's missing out on the nice weather.
I guess.
Hey, it's miserable. It sucks outside still, but it's not as miserable as like minus 20. Head on down to Rogers Place. Go enjoy a hockey game between the Oil Kings and the Blades. All the other series are wrapped up. On their side, Oil Kings are still going.
They played last night too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
back to
from
back.
Blade. Who does that benefit? Is there a team that benefits? Do you think?
They probably came straight, right? All right, after the game.
Oil Kings are home, but they both traveled by bus. Did the Oil Kings benefit because they got to sleep in their own beds at some point last night?
Probably, and I'd imagine like you're coming off the high of winning a double overtime game to send it back to your home barn.
Flip side is the Oil Kings have not led this series. They've trailed every time this year. It was 1-0 Blades. It was 2-1 Blades. It was 3-2 Blades. So the Blades know how to win in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm. I remember. Was it the first round? Second round. Second round we were playing Kamloops when I was in Portland, and Game 5 tied 2-2, and I had an unreal performance, Matt. It was ridiculous. We won Game 5, but Game 6 was the next night in Portland. Kamloops to Portland, quite the jaunt. All right.
How long do you think?
It's like 12 hours. Yeah. So, but we had a little bit more. It was funny because we got on the bus afterwards and we started driving. We drove to the Kamloops airport. Winterhawks had chartered a plane. So we were home in like 2 hours while the Blazers sat on a bus. They basically rolled in and had to play us.
Oh,
I think they weren't allowed.
Yeah, I think they passed a rule after that. But
okay, so that maybe because of you guys, they put that law in place.
Probably did, yeah.
Because you are not allowed to fly in the dub
until the Western
finals,
the finals, right?
And the league charters you, and the teams were on the same charter, or at least it was when the Oil Kings were a number of years ago.
Yeah,
you probably caused those rule change.
We probably did, but we spanked the Blazers.
No kidding. No kidding. Did they know it all?
Huh? Yeah, they must have found out later, but I just remember because I rolled into the game and I do believe they were just pulling in to play us
right off the bus, got bus legs and everything. Oh just man,
crazy.
Oil Kings tonight. Head down to Rogers Place if you can. If not, Victory Plus if you want to watch and follow along with the Edmonton Oil Kings later tonight. Here's a question that was happened in our commercial break a couple breaks ago. Haven't done a question of the day. Oh, Guy Flaming. Portland bending the rules to get an advantage. Shocker.
Not cheating, not trying, Guy.
This was we didn't have a question today, but I'll throw this question of the day to you now. And this is to all you nasties. 780-218-9999 River Korean Box Nasty Chat just quickly here. If I came to you and I said, here's a ticket on the next space shuttle out of Earth, Artemis free. We'll get you trained up, all that stuff, but don't have to worry all about those things. Are you going? Are you jumping on board? Yes or no? Would you go to outer space if given the opportunity? And I'm not talking about the Katy Perry outer space and that little thing with William Shatner that barely got up and went down. No. You're leaving the atmosphere. You're gone for a few days. We're doing it with you want to know something? Expedia Cruises announced the new trip. You got 10 days around the moon, and you're coming back. Fly away with EST. But we're giving away one free trip. Are you going?
Do I get paid time off?
I think get William Huff to advertise on the outside of it. Yeah. Sure, right?
Load that up. Because I couldn't do it. I don't think I could get on that shuttle and leave the Earth. I think I'd like, as I'm walking to that shuttle, I think I'd be so nervous and then get so sick, like with butterflies, that I wouldn't be able to do it.
Are you good with roller coasters?
Yes, but
obviously it's different, but yeah.
I'm worried about the burning up in the atmosphere as I'm leaving, and then kaboom. There's any real mistake is death.
But it's
you been on the Henday?
It's a pretty good way to go out, though. Like,
that's what somebody said to me this weekend, was at least if you're going out.
Yeah,
that's pretty wicked.
Yeah. Like, who could say they died trying to go to space?
And then you're just floating around out there for the rest of eternity? I don't know.
If you're blowing up, you're done.
I think I'd probably turn it. You ever see, you must have seen Armageddon, right? When Steve Buscemi goes nuts. I think that's what I'd turn into. They'd have to tape me to the seat because I'd be like freaking out.
Like feeling the blast as you're inside and shooting. I think it'd be so cool, but I think I'd be too nervous to do it. I don't think I'd be able to actually I don't think I'm capable enough of sitting in that seat, strapping myself in, and knowing I'm doing it.
And it's a 10-day trip?
Yeah, we'll make it 10 days.
But I mean,
this trip is 10 days.
Okay.
And there's nothing you're not going to have to run this spaceship. You're
just there for 5.
You're Homer Simpson in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won that prize. You don't have to pay for it.
I think I need Star-Lord's ship to feel comfortable, you know?
So are you a yes or a no?
I'm going, yeah, whatever.
Benny, you're a yes?
Yeah. I can... I'd be nervous too, but yeah, I'd go.
Larsy's an absolute yes. VR, yep. Spaceman VR.
What does
Baptized
this button
Big
do?
Uke goes, hell yeah. And also, if something did go wrong, what a way to go out. Tube Socks in our nasty chat, or in the inbox. Tube Socks in space can kick rocks. You know what else can kick rocks?
Space rocks.
It's a great segment on What Were We Saying with Tube Socks and Big U. Check it out Thursdays, 6:30 usually, or the replay on our audio stream as a friend of EST, 2 o'clock, right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, following the Pipeline Show with Guy Flaming. Look at all that ties in.
Wow.
Nice.
Where are we? We're still a few hours away from the furthest point that they're going with Artemis 2, but every second that passes, they're the furthest humans have ever gone. Artemis 2. You can watch it over on NASA. Gage and I both have it up right now, and Benny doesn't give a damn about it.
I care about what happens on Earth.
Like the Oil Kings Game 7 down at Rogers Place.
Yep. Let's go Oil Kings, baby.
Do you care about March Madness tonight? March Madness, Michigan, UConn, or Artemis 2?
What were the 3 options again?
Just the 2 options.
Oh,
it's
two?
Michigan versus UConn in the national championship, or Artemis 2.
I'm going NCAA. I'm going March Madness.
What about we throw the Oil Kings in there?
Yeah, he said Oil Kings.
Okay.
Seattle, Winnipeg in the NHL, or Artemis 2?
Oh man, that West Coast playoff race, man. It's coming down to the wire. Jets cracking. Winner tonight probably is done, or loser tonight is probably done.
Padres, who are 4-5 this season against the 6-3 Pittsburgh Pirates.
I have a
or Artemis 2.
I have a Padres hat.
Yeah, you do.
3-6 Baltimore Orioles and the 4-5 Chicago White Sox, or Artemis 2.
I'm curious to see if Chicago can bounce back and have another sweep after they sweep the Jays.
Astros 6-4, Rockies 3-6, or Artemis 2.
Colorado seems cool.
It seems cool. We dropped there a little bit.
Oh, man.
No, I think at that point, I'm watching astronauts. Sorry, Rockies. And who are they playing? Orioles?
Who do we have? Yeah, the Orioles in that one.
Yeah, you can ask me that.
As for Jays fans, it's the big matchup down at Rogers Place tonight. 5:07 first pitch. It's the rematch of the World Series. Because you guys got swept up with Jays.
Yeah.
Do you get swept up in this series, or is it too soon?
Oh.
Especially with the Jays, like they struggled last week, and they have guys hurt. I don't know. My buddies and I were talking about this last night. It's like I don't know if I'll get back into that huge swing of the Jays until like game 100. when things start to pick up a little bit. Maybe like deadline time around there.
Till late July.
Yeah.
I think I'm sticking in there, Maddie, because I actually yelled at the TV. Yeah.
White Sox series.
Yeah,
One of
I
those
forget
games?
what. Got thrown out going to third. Right? Which game was that? Second game?
Yeah.
Can't remember. I was like, "What are you guys doing?" And I was mad. I was choked at that. So, yeah, I'm in.
Yanks punt blew it yesterday.
Oh, did they?
No, a couple. Or they've been struggling. They gave up 4 in the 8th inning to lose that game. Yankees 7-2 on the season. Miami Marlins with a good start to the season, 6-3 though.
And that Dodgers series starts tonight, right?
Yeah, 40. Yeah. Max Scherzer heads to the mound for
Crazy
Toronto Blue Jays. So we'll see how this one gets going. I don't know if they meet at all a little bit later this season. I haven't looked close enough at the Toronto Blue Jays schedule. I highly doubt it. But old wounds reopened a little bit tonight. Do the Jays, to the players, even though there are injuries, as you've mentioned, they just try to enact a little bit of a revenge with the Dodgers and send a bit of message going, if we see you in October, November again, we've got you. Couple segments away from the script. Let's do a parlay. We'll continue here on EST Afternoons with the inbox 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat. Iwanyk in for Hernan Salas alongside Joaquin, Gage, and Benny Thompson. We'll get to a sports update with Benny and then back here on EST Afternoons presented by, EST Afternoons on Edmonton Sports are presented by Play Alberta, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports.
The Edmonton Oil Kings and Blades meet tonight in winner-take-all Game 7 in the first round of the WHL playoffs. Edmonton punched their ticket to this moment thanks to Miroslav Holinka's double overtime winner last night. It all goes down at Rogers Place with puck drop at 7 p.m. The Oilers were on the ice for a full practice this morning before heading out for their road trip, which begins tomorrow against the Mammoth. Zach Hyman will stay back as he continues to recover, while both Hyman and Leon Draisaitl are expected to resume skating while the team is away. Around the NHL, there's a busy slate tonight highlighted by an Atlantic Division clash between Tampa Bay and Buffalo. The Jets visit the Kraken, Sharks host the Blackhawks, and the Kings welcome in the Predators. In MLB action, the Blue Jays open a World Series rematch against the Dodgers. Toronto is looking to respond after getting swept by the White Sox over the weekend. Max Scherzer gets the start for the Jays, while Justin Robleski takes the mound for LA. First pitch is set for 5:07. And tonight on college hardwood, it's NCAA Men's National Championship goes down with Michigan going head-to-head against UConn. Tip-off is at 6:50. More of EST Afternoons on the other side of the break. I'm Ben Thompson. You're up to date.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work.
LAMMLES.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one. The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery. All in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense. Back here live on EST Afternoons in the William Huff studio here on the west end of town. This is Matt Iwanyk, Joaquin, Gage, Benny Thompson with you here. Portions of this hour of EST Afternoons. It is brought to you by Lamley's Workwear, built for the job, made with quality craftsmanship and designed for job protection with cowboy-worthy durability. Lamley's Workwear combines safety with all-day comfort, designed to withstand tough conditions and deliver performance across every job site. See how Lamley's can make your workday better by visiting lamleys.com/work.
LAMMLES.
Love that.
I nailed it today.
You did.
Absolutely screwed it up and butchered it on Thursday, but I got it done today. Reminder, the Edmonton Oilers back in action tomorrow. GCL Diesel Oilstrom pregame show, 6:30 tomorrow, as Tommy, Benny, and Belzy will get you set for Oilers and Mammoth. It's the first of a 3-game road trip in Utah tomorrow, in San Jose on Wednesday. Then they'll wrap it up Saturday afternoon in Los Angeles, and they'll wrap up their regular season here at home with the Avs and the Canucks next week. This road trip, you've got the Mammoth. They're a playoff team. You got the Sharks playing for their playoff lives. You got the LA Kings playing for their playoff lives. What is an acceptable road trip for the Edmonton Oilers in terms of points? We got 6 points on the board.
Ooh, so we got Mammoth?
Mammoth, Sharks, Kings. You've got 3 teams, playoff teams / teams that are right in the thick of things to try to make the playoffs. So there's meaningful hockey to be played here. The Utah Mammoth, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, Gager, they would love to just get a victory if they happen to face the Edmonton Oilers in the first or second round, to have a little bit of confidence that they know they could beat this hockey team. What's the acceptable level of points for the Edmonton Oilers on this road trip?
So they're at 87, tied with the Ducks. I think it's 5 points, man.
So you want 2 wins and an OT loss here?
Maybe, yeah, if that's what it takes. You need points in every game.
I don't think you can.
I'm expecting a 1-1-1 road trip. They're missing Draisaitl and Hyman for these 3 games.
Yes.
I think it'll hurt quite a bit.
Draisaitl is obviously, we know he's out, and Hyman's not going on the road trip, so he's not going to be there for any of these 3 games. Who's that loss? Who's the win to then?
I think they beat the Kings. I think they lose in overtime to the Sharks, and they lose the Mammoth.
Really?
Yeah.
See, the Mammoth, the goaltending was they just can't stop the Oilers.
It's weird because Vejmelka has actually been like solid this year, but yeah, his numbers against Edmonton are not good. Yeah,
he's Vemelj Kaka when he faces the Oilers, man. Like I was looking at his numbers, and I mean was it Roslovic? Did he score the first one? He went far side. You could have drove a bus into the net. I'm like, where did he go? Yeah, he does not look comfortable against the Oilers. So, but. If Hernan's here, what does he say?
6 points.
You know what's going to happen is
they're winning. We're all 3.
They're not getting a point. Is that where he goes?
No, he would say the Mammoth are due.
Yeah, well, that's what the Oilers aren't getting a point.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what Hernan goes to for this road trip. Maybe
I think they lose to the Mammoth in OT or a shootout.
I'm trying. Okay, so the Ducks, if we're looking Pacific Division, Ducks home to the Preds tomorrow, coming in on the back end of a back-to-back because the Preds are playing tonight. So advantage should be the Ducks. Mm-hmm. Golden Knights are in Vancouver taking on the Canucks. They should have a victory there. So Edmonton Oilers will need that game to keep their positioning. They play Wednesday. The other two do not. Thursday, Vegas in Seattle taking on the Kraken, and it seems like the Kraken are just they're done.
Yeah,
they were lucky to be where they were originally.
The Anaheim Ducks do not play. Oh no, they're home to the Sharks, so that's going to be difficult for the Ducks. Friday night, Vegas is in Colorado. Oh no, there's no hockey on Friday.
Really?
There's not a single hockey game in the NHL on Friday.
Oh, they're just loading up for Saturday, huh?
Yeah, why don't you play a game on? Why would you take a night off in the National Hockey?
Just get it done.
Well, what would be the reason that you wouldn't be playing a game on a Friday night?
What's Friday?
The only thing going on is
Artemis land on Friday? What?
Well, it might be. I think that actually it kind of is the day that they might land. There is Masters, but
but that's
done
during the day. Yeah, it's done.
How do you not have any hockey games scheduled on a Friday as you're wrapping up the season? How are you taking a night off if you're the NHL?
15 games on the Saturday.
Yeah, everyone plays on the Saturday.
No, there's 2 teams that are playing.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Really?
16. 16 is games 32. Is 32 teams.
16 times 2, 32. You're right, Maddie.
That's weird to me.
That is very
I don't understand that at all from the National Hockey League. And there's a game on Saturday starting as early as 10:30 our time.
Hockey all day.
Yeah, 10:30, 11, 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6, and 8 o'clock.
It's kind of fun because you will be scoreboard watching too, right? Like,
yeah, and back to Vegas is in Colorado taking on the Avs. The Ducks are one of the 2 teams not playing. A big uke. You've got 14 games Thursday, 0 on Friday, 15 on Saturday. Weird to me, but important week because there's points for the Vegas Golden Knights to be had this week. Mm-hmm. There's points to be had for the Anaheim Ducks this week. The Edmonton Oilers need to keep that pace there because, look, they're tied with the Ducks in points, but they got the tiebreaker, and the Vegas Golden Knights are only a point back. All of a sudden, we could be sitting here a week from today and not talking about the Vegas Golden Knights atop the Pacific Division.
Which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.
Why do you say that?
Because I think if you were to...
You want the Ducks?
I want the Ducks over Golden Knights and Mammoth. I think they're the worst of the
Really?
three. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
You would put the Ducks lower than the Mammoth.
They're inexperienced. And Mammoth are too. I think the Mammoth have... I just think they have more guys that can shut down McDavid or go toe-to-toe. Like, the Ducks have Cutter Gauthier and Bennett Seneke and Vetrano and whatever, but like, to me, they don't have guys that can shut down McDavid. The only way, to me, the Ducks win that series is if Doshal stands on his head.
Which, we're going through the Pacific Division on the Hangout today. Who's got the best goalie in the Pacific Division? Of the 4. Utah Mammoth, Edmonton Oilers, Anaheim Ducks, and the Vegas Golden Knights.
It's Ducks. Doshal's the only thing to me that goes, okay, that's a little bit alarming. But I look at what McDavid is used to. He's used to going up against Barkov. And then when he gets past Barkov, it's Forsling and Ekblad or Jones or Mikkola. And then he's got to beat Bobrovsky in the end. To me, like, I just think he looks at the Ducks and goes, it's an inexperienced group. Like, I don't think Radko Gudas is shutting down Connor McDavid, if he even plays. Because he's hurt right now. So... yeah, I don't know. I think the Ducks are the worst of the 3.
So if we ranked preferable Oiler opponents of those 3, would go Ducks is your favorite, preferred, Utah Golden Knights?
Yeah.
Gager?
Hate to say it, but Benny's making sense over there. But you just look down the middle, like Carlson, Granlund, Ryan Poling, and Nathan Goucher right now. I think who's out for the Ducks?
Leo Carlson's hurt.
Jansen Harkins did. Cutter Gauthier's out. Yeah, you make a good point of who matches up.
Yeah.
Right?
There's one other thing with the Ducks that would concern me, though, a little bit. It's that coach.
Yep.
Don't like the guy as a person. I got to stand by that. I'll always just bring that up when I'm talking about him.
Yeah.
But as a coach, as an experienced coach, this is a coach that has won Stanley Cups. If there's someone that I would say, okay, the matchup, Joel Quenneville, Chris Knobloch, who's got the edge?
off experience, yeah, Quenneville for sure.
Yeah.
Like even Tortorella, his ring came a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't come close to sniffing that ring since. Andre Tierney hasn't done it, but Joel Quenneville has done it.
Yeah.
Joel Quenneville has won playoff series.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing. So you have a goalie advantage possibly if you're the Ducks, and you have a coaching advantage possibly if you're the Anaheim Ducks. That's actually the team that I would want to see Utah first. Although Mex Bezzozu makes a great point in the Nasty Chat. The first playoff game in Salt Lake are going to be crazier than Anaheim home games.
True.
Yeah. Then you look down the middle of Utah, Nick Schmaltz, Logan Cooley, Alex Kerfoot. Yeah, I think the Ducks seem more, I don't know.
Ducks won?
Yeah, I think the Ducks.
Utah Golden Knight 2 then.
Yeah.
Utah 2?
Utah 2.
I think we all agree is Vegas would be the toughest. They're just the most
Would have you
experienced
said
group.
that a week ago?
No.
Or a week and a half ago with Torts?
I think Torts has changed the dynamic of that team a little bit.
Lit the fire a little bit.
Yeah.
Eh? Can't say he hasn't. They looked completely different in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Partly Oilers weren't at their best, but Vegas didn't allow the Oilers to get back into that game as well. They looked quick, and they haven't looked quick all season, all the games that I've watched the Vegas Golden Knights play.
They looked old and slow, but whatever Torts has them doing.
And that Rasmus Anderson.
It might not even be what Torts has him doing.
It's just a new
It might
guy.
be that Bruce Cassidy's not the one telling him to do these.
Yeah.
He might be the Charlie Brown teacher. Just it's like, oh,
Yeah. And the reports are that, I think it was Friedman on 32 Thoughts that it was early on. Players were starting, Bruce Cassidy and the players, it just wasn't there. And then they won the cup.
Yeah.
But then it's worn through all these years that might have just been what was needed, was that he's not in that room anymore.
Yeah.
Jonathan Davis was on a show last week, and he said he talked to a player who's been there for the cup run till now and said the message has been the same. Like, they don't like Cassidy as a coach. Like, even the year they won the Stanley Cup, they didn't like playing for him.
Well, did you see him in the, he was almost mad when they won the cup in his interview. It was like, dude, you just won.
Yeah. Smile.
Smile.
Yeah. And now, this was just before Pete DeBoer. I saw this on Saturday and then a little bit Sunday, but then after Pete DeBoer hiring in Islanders, the Oilers get rid of Knobloch, bring in Bruce Cassidy before someone else claims him. I don't know why. I was of the mindset when Jay Woodcroft was being let go that I wanted a short-term coach to get the best out of this team, but you want Chris Knobloch. I don't think Bruce Cassidy, with what we've heard from Vegas, I don't think that's a guy that I think if you're the Oilers, you're dropping Chris Knobloch today to make sure you have him for next season.
Yeah.
So no one else can claim him.
Speaking my dad's language. He's a huge Cassidy fan. I don't know.
Is he?
Yeah. He's been texting me for months now. Like, Vegas is going to fire Bruce Cassidy. Oilers need to get him immediately. And then I broke the news to him that Cassidy got fired. He was doing flips in the kitchen. He was fired up. But
what kind of coach do you think the Oilers need to have success with this group?
I'll tell you right now, I didn't think it was Torts.
No.
To me, I did not think Torts was a guy that would fit here. I think you need a guy that's can bring the best emotion out of people, and Torts does that to a certain extent. But to me, I think he's a little too hard on the top guys and has them play in a different way. You got to let Connor and Leon
cook.
Yeah, you got to let them flourish a little bit. So I think Knobloch is good for that, but I think.
But don't you like?
But this comes down to goaltending.
It does.
This conversation all comes down to goaltending largely, because Jay Woodcroft would have been a Stanley Cup winning coach likely if they just get a little bit better goaltending in that Vegas series.
In that Vegas series,
where if Stewart, the Oilers led, I think every game, or over these last 2 years, you have average goaltending in net throughout the playoffs. Maybe you're Stanley Cup champions. Does any coach get more out of a Connor Ingram, a Tristan Jarry, a Stuart Skinner, or a Calvin Pickard over the last number of years?
Personally, to me, I am, out of all the years of the goaltending, I am most confident in Connor Ingram than I ever was in Stuart Skinner heading into a playoffs. Probably since Mike Smith. Even then, though.
Do you have the confidence he could be a guy to lead the Oilers to a Stanley Cup?
To me,
based off his sample size with the Oilers so far.
If Stuart Skinner can get to Game 7 with the Edmonton Oilers and play the way that he did, I think Connor Ingram can do the same, and if not better.
I'm a guy that I do think Chris Knobloch's a really good coach. So to me, he might be still the guy. And that's what I want to. He pushed the buttons, all the right buttons, the last 2 playoffs. I don't care that he's maybe gotten some things wrong over this regular season. He's pushing those buttons.
I push back against people. Oh, we need some guy with emotion behind the bench. I'll tell you right now, there's nothing worse than a coach that's constantly yelling on the bench.
Yeah.
It is awful. Like, you're just like, shut up. Let us play here, right? And we've seen on snippets of that oil drop series that he's shown some emotion, some F-bombs and yells in the dressing room, but he keeps that side hidden, right? And I kind of like that. I hated my team. It became just very difficult to listen to when a coach is just constantly whining and berating guys behind the bench.
And it's not that type of coach fully, but what did we just see from the Leafs? They moved on from a Sheldon Keefe. They brought in a Craig Berube who's supposed to really get that team going. He's going to push these players.
Yeah.
And now we've seen the end of the Toronto Maple Leafs. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that all on Craig Berube or anything like that, but it's not exactly, doesn't mean that it's going to be the recipe for success. By the way, after we went to commercial break, we were talking about the Blue Jays just before last commercial break. This news popped up on my phone as we're in the commercial break. Toronto Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk undergoing surgery tomorrow to repair his fractured left thumb. He was placed on the 15-day injured list on Saturday. I did a quick Google search, so don't trust it for everything. It's at 3 to 6 months for a thumb surgery. You got a baseball bat, you got to swing it. Left thumb, I don't know if that's his catching hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It would be. So you're going to need that full time. So quite a bit of a long-term loss for the Toronto Blue Jays there a little bit. 3 until 6, we got the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Mill. Benny, what's coming up on that show today, by the way?
Yeah, so we got the Edmonton Oil Kings general manager, Kurt
Hill.
Yes, thank you. Kurt Hill coming on and talking about Game 7 tonight between the Oil Kings and Blades. We got Scott Edwards on to talk about Pandas basketball. And he's going to tee up March Madness, I believe. Yes.
The championship tonight.
And then, March Madness, Blue Jays, Oilers, Oil Kings, all that type of talk on a Reed Wilkins Show coming up.
That's coming up 3 to 6. Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne, as well as Benny with them for those 3 hours. But we've got one more segment left here on EST Afternoons for this Monday. And it's the Screw It. Let's do a part. Let's start this week off right. How about that, boys?
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's do this week right. He's Joaquin Gage. I'm Matt Iwanyk with Benny Thompson. This is EST Afternoons live right here at Edmonton Sports. Clear choice for Edmonton Sports, presented by Play Alberta.
It's Game 7 tonight for the Edmonton Oil Kings, who square off with the Blades in a winner-take-all matchup in the first round of the WHL playoffs. Edmonton stayed alive thanks to Miroslav Holinka's double overtime heroics last night. Now it all comes down to tonight at Rogers Place with puck drop at 7 p.m. The Oilers held a full practice this morning before departing for the 3-game road trip, which kicks off tomorrow against the Mammoth. Zach Hyman will not travel as he continues to recover, while both Hyman and Leon Draisaitl are expected to get some skating in while the team is away. Around the NHL tonight, Tampa Bay visits Buffalo in a key Atlantic Division matchup. The Jets are in Seattle to face the Kraken. The Sharks host the Blackhawks, and the Kings take on the Predators. On the diamond, the Blue Jays begin a World Series matchup with the Dodgers looking to bounce back after a weekend sweep by the White Sox. Jays will be missing Alejandro Kirk as John Schneider says he will undergo thumb surgery. Max Scherzer gets the start for Toronto, while Justin Robletzky goes for Los Angeles. First pitch is scheduled for 5:07. And on the hardwood, the NCAA's Men's National Championship tips off tonight with Michigan facing UConn. Game time is set for 6:50. Final segment of EST Afternoons coming right up. I'm Ben Thompson, and you're up to date.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey Dad, I'm coming home from university.
Before they come back from school, get extra space with Sentinel Storage. Affordable and convenient storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free. Plus, students save 10% on rental. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said, great job. Happy hour. Your boss said, per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
.243, we're back here for the final segment today of EST Afternoons. Matt Iwanyk for Hernan Salas alongside Joaquin, Gage, and Benny Thompson. River Cree inbox 780-218-9999. Tap 25 restaurant, $18.99 prime rib special available 7 days a week from 11:30 a.m. till 11 p.m. Available for dine-in takeout, not available on show nights. We got to get to the screw up. Let's do a parlay for Play Alberta. Download the app. Visit them, playalberta.ca. If you go to Play Alberta, click on EST Specials. It gets populated, and it has been populated today. We've got the grandest parlay up there. 15-1 odds for that one. We've got the Lock Shop goals parlay. All the games tonight, every team to score 2 or more goals. That's plus 405. There's a partner parlay. Sabres, Lightning, 7+ goals. Kings, Predators, a 3-way draw. So that game going to overtime. We've got Celebrini, 2 points. Shifley, a goal. Connor, an assist. That's plus 705. And Jay's play of the day, which if you head to Play Alberta, you could see what it is right now. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait till the Reed Wilkins show with Jay Mill to hear about it right here on EST. Because I'm going to save that for Jay. But you could get a spoiler alert. You could go learn something by just going to playalberta.ca, click on EST Specials. You can learn it before everyone else kind of learns it. It's the Screw It, Let's Do a parlay for Play Alberta. We don't have the song. It goes something like, screw it, let's do it.
Let's take a risk today.
Yeah, there's a little
really
more
should
to
know
that.
No
the lyrics.
sense of being safe. We need a huge payday.
All right.
Well done, Benny.
Come on.
Nice.
And the clicks to you.
Yeah.
Screw it, let's do a parlay. Gager, you want to kick things off? What are you thinking here? What are you thinking?
I'm going to stick with the hockey.
Okay. Is it on this board?
That's what I thought. I thought it might be.
I never did. Does Hernan play it?
I think Hernan
Coop
plays it.
always plays
Coop
it.
always plays it.
Does he?
Hey, Jake, come in.
Jay Jones. Jesus. What's under that hoodie? A big S?
We need a huge payday.
I didn't know Hernan played it off here. I thought he just always played it off his computer, and Coop always played it. Oh, look, Jay taught me something.
Look at that.
Outstanding. Thank you, Jay. Sorry, but we've got the song. So, Gator?
I'm just going to go pretty easy.
Hey.
The best game tonight.
Yeah.
Sabres, Lightning, Sabres to win.
Wow. Straight money line.
Straight money line.
Okay. Benny.
Similar thinking. Sharks money line.
Oh, just going straight up.
Keep it easy. Keep it easy.
Sharks, Blackhawks, money line. See, and
That's a good one.
I've gone a little further into this one.
Uh-oh.
That's fine. That's fine. We need an odds booster.
Well, and Gage, last week I had all my facts.
I know. Well, hey,
this.
you showed your work. And
So I'm showing my work again. I'm going to show my work again here. NCAA tournament, March Madness Championship ends tonight. Michigan, UConn. Michigan against 16 seed Howard in the first round, 101 points scored. Second round against 9 seeded St. Louis, Michigan, 95 points scored. Sweet 16, Michigan against 4 Alabama, 90 points scored. Elite 8, Michigan against Tennessee, 95 points scored against Michigan or against Tennessee. Michigan, Arizona, Saturday, Final Four. A number 1 seed versus a number 1 seed. Michigan scores 91 points every single game. There have been 5 of them in this tournament.
Wow.
Including against a number 1 seed in Arizona. Michigan has scored 90 or more points. If you go to Play Alberta right now and you go to the game, they've just got Michigan point total set at... Oh, let me click here. I'm on the wrong spot. They just have it set up at 76.5. But I bumped it up. Like I would look at somewhere else. I was bumping up to 79.5. Not going... I'm going to say they're getting over 90. But I think they're getting over 80.
Okay.
So
I
have
our chances tonight.
You don't?
I like our chances tonight.
You like the chances against the UConn?
Yep.
Look, this is... I am a Duke fan. Going into this term, I had Duke over Michigan in the national championship game.
I think I did too.
Michigan is a strong team. Anyone that's paying attention this season, they've been right near number 1 for most of this season. If they weren't number 1, they lost the number 1 seed. Duke beat them in Feb at one point, or it was early March. Might not have been early March. Might have been late Feb. Michigan fell to like number 3 or 4. Michigan has been right at the top of the nation all year. This is a strong team. They're well coached. It looked like they were going to win a championship. I don't know if UConn's been on a nice run. They've got a great coach. They know how to win. UConn's a program that knows how to win. But I'm taking Michigan to have over 79.5 points. If I'm wrong, if this is the thing that hurts us, tomorrow I will go a little different with the screw it, let's do it. I'll make that promise right now. But that's the screw it, let's do it for today. Benny's choice, San Jose Sharks money line. You've got the Buffalo Sabres money line. I've got Michigan Wolverines over 79.5 points. I'm guessing what it is because they don't have that number on Play Alberta for the 79.5. Around plus 667. So we'll be close to almost, maybe 675, 680 today.
I like it.
That's good.
I like it too. Mike, the Michigan fan. Michigan by 100. Well, I don't know if they're going to win by 100.
Is he combining 2 different teams?
Casino dealer Jay. Sharks money line, Sabres money line, Maddie with the Michigan over 80 points. Hammer, this is the most achievable. This is more than achievable. Just need a nice boost. That's where we're going with it. I like it. I like it, boys.
Sharks are desperate against a Chicago team that's not very good. I like the Sabres pushing for the Atlantic title.
Yeah.
And then your stats there with Michigan. Come on.
Let's do it, no delay. Let's take a risk today. No sense being safe. We need a huge payday.
Boom. Now that I have that, it's well, I'm not going to play it a lot. I'm not Tommy who just presses all these buttons on this board. As like a little child next to this board, always wanting to press the different buttons.
When I'm sitting over there, I do want to press the buttons.
You watch any Hello Hockey or prayer post when Tommy's here.
Oh, he
loves fighting. Oh, let me get these buttons. And
just like a morning zoo.
he wants this little kid with these shiny colored buttons, and he's got to press them.
Ding. He loves the ding.
Yes.
It
when he's on location, he loves fighting. Oh, wait, guys, I got to get this. Ding.
Yeah.
Those buttons with my at my vintage. It reminds me. People of my age will remember the game Simon. Do you remember Simon? Where you had to follow the...
you got the 3 colors or 4 colors and you follow the order?
Yeah. So that's what it looks like to me.
We had Bop It, I think that's what it's called.
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
Bop It. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Bop it, twist it,
Yeah.
pull it.
Yeah.
And you got to keep going with that. So here's the one time changed. According to NASA, Artemis 2. Highlights include for this crew flies around the moon. It says 7 p.m. EDT, which I believe is Eastern Standard Time. Or Eastern Daylight Time. Artemis 2's closest approach to the moon. 7:05, Artemis 2 reaches its further distance from Earth. You can stream that over at NASA. Right now, they've got over 500,000 people watching it on their YouTube. I love watching. They have the chats up, though.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just a bunch of people like saying where they're from right now. Somebody's in Sri Lanka. This is India, Brazil.
That is.
Somebody says, I love Justine. All sorts of Ukraine, Finland, Brazil, Canada, Norway. It's just popping up there. So
I wonder if they'll get hit by a solar flare and all come back with superpowers like the Fantastic Four. Think? Imagine
what would
that.
you prefer?
I would prefer that.
That or finding, seeing aliens?
I think I'd rather have the Fantastic Four.
Okay.
Then you got Dr. Doom.
Are you at all interested in Project Hail Mary?
Yeah, just because Reed and Hernan talked about it so much. I think I'd like, because they were talking, they both read the book before, so they were interested to see what they saw through their mind's eye and how it translated, and they both said it's pretty close to what they thought it might look like.
Great movie.
Is it?
Saw it on the weekend.
Yeah.
Didn't read it. Didn't understand what it's even about, really. Wonderful movie.
Oh, okay.
I do recommend it. I think you'd enjoy it.
I'm sure I would.
Yeah.
There's not much I don't like with Gosling.
I'll never forget Ryan Gosling's greatest role, though.
Barbie.
Nope. You will not know this for sure. You might not even know this. I wonder how many of my
Place Amongst the Pines? Or
No. This was an early role, baby.
Was it?
Breaker High.
Jeez. Don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Does anyone out there know Breaker High? Please. I just need to know first nasty chat or in the River
He
Cree
looks
inbox.
young in this. 97.
Just the whole. Does anyone know? Breaker High was a show on YTV, and it was about these kids that were in school on a cruise ship.
Really?
And Ryan Gosling played like this dumb, popular kid type thing or something like that. Somebody knows. Thank you, Jay Phillips. Yes, Maddie, great show. I will. We've got it. Yeah, some people know. Jasmine knows. Breaker High was an awesome show for what it was, and I can't believe that Ryan Gosling was on that show. And now to this day, like this is an Oscar nominee who now just was in Project Hail Mary. Fantastic, just kid show. I'm so glad other people know this one. I'm so glad. Thank you you guys made my day with that. Jenko, I love Breaker High. Ryan Gosling was Sean. Bet it's probably on YouTube or something there. Thank you to Jonathan Davis of SiriusXM. Thank you to Andrew Gross of Newsday for the period of time that we had him, even though we had a little bit of phone issues. Gager, lovely working with you yet again. We'll do it one more time tomorrow. Benny, we don't get to work enough together, but I enjoy this. This was a nice little group.
That's all right.
Coach Mike.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh, stop.
Coach Mike has terrible Canadian TV show. I think he was the only actor to make it out of that show. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's Breaker High. Like it was good for the age group that some of us were in. Thank you to all of you for tuning into the EST Afternoons. We've got the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and Benny coming up from 3 until 6. We've got MCTV. We've got the Pipeline Show replays on our audio streams. And then we're back with the morning show tomorrow. Eric, Dave Jameson, and YouTube Trev at 6 o'clock to start another day of live programming. On behalf of Gage or Benny, I'm Matt. Thanks for tuning in to EST Afternoons live right here at Edmonton Sports. Clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Presented by Play Alberta. Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne, Benny Thompson coming up next. Don't go anywhere.